Have you ever tried to make a big, anthemic indie pop song like Sam Fender? If you click this video wondering who the hell Sam Fender even is, he's the British guy behind the song 17 Going Under. Cinematic, full band, somehow personal and massive at the same time. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get that sound in your bedroom studio with gear you probably already own. Let's get into it. A few days ago, I picked up my guitar and tuned it to something weird. C sharp, A flat, C sharp, A flat, A flat, E flat. And I came up with this little riff that reminded me of something Sam Fender would make. But because of the weird tuning, I also subconsciously kind of leaned towards some Midwest emo sounds, which I really liked. So I also worked on some verse and pre-chorus ideas for that vibe. Then I plugged my Strat into Studio One and I tracked it. For the main guitar tone, I tweaked one of my presets from my custom shop pack for Amplitude 5. By the way, that custom shop has over 30 of my most used guitar tones, so if you want it, link in the description. Okay, we got our guitar part all, well, more or less comped in. I did have to punch in a couple times. But for now, I'm gonna go through and mark all the spots so I know where the chorus, pre-chorus, verses are. Then we'll probably add some more guitars, honestly. Okay, let's do some different guitars now. I think we'll probably just have to add some more power in the chorus. And to do that, we'll probably just play some guitars. But first, I wanna get a croissant. Making a buttered croissant. I don't know why I put it in the microwave before I buttered it. Making a buttered croissant, and now I'm done. All right, back to it. Okay, for this, we're also gonna use Amplitude. We might even just use the exact same patch. These guitars sound different enough. So let's try it. Might be okay. Maybe a little too much delay on this though. All right, that sounds good. Let's bring these guitars back in the second pre-chorus now. Okay, those guitars sound good. Let's just clean them up editing-wise and mix-wise a little bit too. Then I wanted to thicken everything up and lean into that more indie pop sound, which means one thing, synths. First, I needed something to layer with the acoustic guitars. I pulled up Arturia's Juno and played some simple chords. Then I needed some weight, so I jumped into 𝗕𝗘𝗖𝗠 for a wide synth bass. There was some instant thickness right there. And finally, I needed a proper mono bass, so I went back into 𝗕𝗘𝗖𝗠, chose a preset, sounded like this. 3 different synth layers, all doing their different jobs. Next, I wanted some percussive shimmer. For that, I tracked my acoustic guitar with an SM7B. Let's grab the acoustic guitar and figure out some chords. By the way, my SM7B is my Desert Island microphone. As you can tell, I'm using it right here. It's the go-to microphone when I want big, rhythmic acoustic guitars. Finally, those chords, man, I just made them on the spot. Kind of kicked me in the ass later because I was trying to figure them out while I was playing. Anyway, let's get these all edited up and we should be sounding pretty good. But you can't make an indie pop Sam Fender style song without some punchy drums. So that was next. All right, we're back. It's been a couple hours. I had to do some client work, but we're back. Now I have this drum thing open. First time I've ever used this drum impact thing. Lets me play it on my drum pad. And it sounds good. But I wanted to layer in a snare with it. So I added this one. However, I wanted to add like reverb to it, but I can't process them individually, which I can do in Ableton. I guess I can't do here. So what I'm gonna have to do is unfortunately do this all manually, which is super annoying. Kick, kick. This is gonna take ages. Kick, kick, snare, kick, 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 snare. Kick, kick, snare, kick, 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 snare. Let's go to our post-chorus, make sure it's all lined up. There we go. On the pre-chorus, we'll double it up. You'll You'll notice actually, there's like some weird clicking. That's gonna be super, super easy to fix. This is all we're gonna do. I'm gonna highlight them all, then we'll go here and just do the tiniest little fade out. Now it's gone. Back to the chorus. That's pretty good. Let's go back to our snare now. That was a nice snare. I did like it, so that's good. Bring that back here. I do want to add a little variation. We're probably gonna have to do a little something here to these to this snare specifically to make it feel a little fatter. Usually one snare sample isn't really gonna cut it for a sound this big, so you're gonna wanna layer different snares in there. So I layered 3 in. I have my main snare, a wider snare. Let's see how that sounds layered in. Has a little bit of width to it, and a punchier, thicker snare. Let's try that as well. Stack those together, and it sounds like one big, massive snare. There we go. That sounds much nicer. All right, Studio One, if I duplicate this, why does this disappear? Huh? Never had this issue before when it was Studio One, but now it's Fender Studio Pro, and now Fender's fucking it up right now. I don't know what to tell you, man. All right, there's our drums. We'll mix those later. Don't worry about that. Oh, actually, we need some hi-hats too. These are just terrible, but the cymbals on Splice weren't cutting it, and I did want to go a little more realistic. So here's a trick. I use samples, one-shots from Splice for the kick and the snare and some of the toms, but for the hi-hat and the ride and the crashes, I went into Superior Drummer. Okay, instead of that, I think I'll just jump into Superior Drummer and play out some hi-hats. That way the hi-hats will feel a little more realistic. And I go to like a big sounding kit like the Gospel EX. Now let's focus on some drums. Just remember, when you're adding drums, make sure they play like a real drummer. You can't really hit 6 different things at once because drummers usually only have 2 arms. So keep that in mind. It's actually sounding great. I love it. And I haven't even really mixed it yet, so that's great. I will have to go like downstairs to the studio to actually like record the rest of the things I want to add. I probably want to add maybe some bass, definitely some keys. But first, hi, I'm Matt. I'm a producer that helps indie artists go from demo to drop. So if you have a song that you want help finishing, click the Work With Me link in the description below. And if you want the actual presets and tones, as well as deep dives, exclusive courses, and one-on-one calls with me, all that lives inside of Matchlor Plus, which you can join by hitting the join button down below. Anyway, back to the song. Next up, it was time for vocals. I want to scratch out some like little demo vocals for the chorus. I have an idea. I'm just gonna sit here, write, and figure something out. I almost always write my lyrics after a hefty amount of the production is done. It's just easier to feel the emotion of the song if a lot of things are done in it. But I'm also a producer and engineer, not really an artist, so do whatever you feel. I just looped the track and started writing some lyrics over it. Then I went down to the studio so I could track some vocals on the condenser microphone, specifically a Lewitt 440 Pure.
Change up's pretty old, I bet. Too long to be coming up dead. There's nothing that I'm looking forward to again.
My voice is on the softer side, and a condenser microphone gives it the clarity that it needs.
What if I'm not on track? And if I am what's there?
Anyway, I added some harmonies, then some doubles.
What if I'm not on track? And if we can't turn it back? And I'm starting to miss your arms and all the blood that's falling out.
The track is pretty dense, so vocal width and harmonies gives it the thickness it needs. Okay, all the vocals are there. That's good. It was a bit of a stressful recording session. Now it's just time to tune these vocals really quickly using Melodyne. Melodyne is a software you can use to tune vocals manually, so they're less tuned than Autotune, and you have more control over it, so it feels a little more natural. Then I did a quick little mix. Let's get that on there.
Why can't I turn it down again?
Perfect. Now let's get some Pro Q on there. EQ boost around here. All right, now we have to get some tape delay on there. I want to try Fox Echo Chorus by Safari Pedals. Songs like these tend to have some tape delay on the vocals. It gives it that slightly more vintage sound.
What if I'm not on track? And if I am what then?
Then some saturation, obviously, because we need some vintage sound.
Why can't I turn it down again? The time screams too loud.
Yeah, and then maybe we'll try rabbit tape on there, maybe? Throwing the vocal through rabbit tape makes it sound like it's gone through a cassette. More texture, more vibe.
Why can't I turn it down again? The time screams too loud.
Then I use my return tracks, which allow me to send tracks to those effects, as opposed to putting a bunch of effects on tracks, which saves some CPU power, but also makes the mix sound a little more cohesive.
And if I am what then, it's out now, but I guess it can't resuscitate.
That melody sounds exactly like that one 𝗕𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗘 song. Get a load of this monster, it's out of them, but it didn't communicate. Damn it, sorry 𝗕𝗘𝗠𝗃. Let's put a nice 2016 reverb on there, a little 80s-ish.
What if I'm not on track? And if I am what then?
Now, I must say the vocals are pretty weak because I can't really power it, I can't belt it because I cannot sing that high. So just forgive it. Just pretend they're demo vocals. They basically are. I want to add some keys though. Like there's a lot of power between, you know, that initial pre-chorus and that chorus because it's like, it's such a tiny little, like it's one guitar in that pre-chorus, then it jumps to the full arrangement in the chorus. But apart from that, we kind of keep all those drums and all those guitars throughout the song. And so after that part, it doesn't feel very dynamic. I want to add a couple more things in the choruses, maybe in the pre-chorus. Now, the last thing I needed was some piano. This added a nice little push and thickness across the whole song, and I had a ton of fun recording it. All right, piano time, piano time. Let's get a piano in here. I'm excited to mix this thing because right now it sounds pretty mid. We want like a pop piano. Let's turn this piano on and kind of preview some things. Pop. It's a good patch for me. I like it.
And the chords are too loud. And if you can't turn it back, can I turn it down again? The time screams too loud. But I can't help when all the negative thoughts come pouring out. And if you can't turn it back, can I turn it down again? The time screams too loud.
Okay, I had a lot of fun playing that piano. Then it was time for the final mix. Okay, we gave it a mix. It's sounding good. I'm much happier with the way it sounds. It sounds way, way, way better. Still not great. I wish the vocals were a little better, but again, I can't sing in that register. So let's give it a full listen. And yeah.
I'm starting to wish that it was over, 'cause I'm just so tired of trying. And if we can't turn it back, why can't I turn it down again? The time screams too loud. And I'm starting to miss your arms and all the blood that's falling out. I know it's fucked up, I miss it being all I ever thought about. And I know things get worse, I never knew they'd be so loud. But I can't help when all the negative thoughts come pouring out. And if you can't turn it back, why can't I turn it down again? The time screams too loud. What if I'm not on track? And if I am, what then? Why'd I come back to my town?
And there we go. There's the mix. Not too bad. I don't really have a voice like Sam Fender, so apologies for that. But I love it. I think it's a cool like little hybrid of that sound. If you want to go deeper into the session, see every plugin I put on there and how I mixed it, then check out Bachelor Core. It's the first tier of my YouTube membership, and it gives you access to exclusive deep dives as well as early access to my videos. If you want to join that, again, you can hit the join button below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.